Well, Sam Kerr's future as captain of the Matildas is on the line. The star facing criminal charges over alleged racial harassment of a police officer in London. Her legal team will seek to have the charge dismissed, it's been revealed this morning, over what's called an abuse of process. Sam will be back in court on April 26. Let's bring in former Socceroo and Stan Sport commentator Craig Foster. Fozzie, good to see you. I know this is a bit of a challenging one, isn't it? Because I think we were all shocked by these charges, least of all Football Australia, who say they were blindsided. They had no idea this was happening.
Yeah, that's, the whole football community, all of us woke up yesterday morning to incredible news. And of course, all of Australia did for one of our most loved, not just sporting figures, but, a heroine of Australia. So we were all trying to process it yesterday and work out, exactly what it means for Sam, exactly what it means for Matildas. She is the national captain, exactly what it means for Football Australia. And, that news that they will be hearing, I think you said in April, in some ways is good because, we would love to see it resolved sooner rather than later, as I'm sure Sam would.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're all kind of looking for answers, aren't we? Obviously, this is before the courts, so there's little that we can say beyond speculation. But do you think, at the very least, that she should have informed the Matildas, Football Australia, about these proceedings when she was informed about 7 weeks ago?
I am surprised that she didn't, I have to say. As the captain of the national team, I would have thought that, perhaps just in the shadow of the hearing that Football Australia should have been informed. They would have informed the coach and the like, for no other reason than the fact that, all of the sponsors and everyone associated with the game, of course, would have been scrambling yesterday, would have been on the phone. I can't imagine James Johnson or the chair, Enter Isaac, their phone would have been running hot. It's like, what is going on? Asking the same questions we all were. So I think that probably should have been avoided, particularly someone who wears the armband. But ultimately, we all understand, of course, and we're at pains to keep saying that, the presumption of innocence is really important, that, there's been no finding of guilt here, and so we're hopeful that she's going to be absolved, of course.
Foz, you would have heard the calls for her to be stripped of the captaincy of the Matildas. Do you agree?
I think it's definitely an open question. The fact that she is not eligible for selection at the moment means that kind of has been avoided. If she was open now and available for selection, I think you'd have to, answer that question. Football Australia would certainly have to, and arguably the answer would have to be yes. I mean, criminal charges against any player, and we see this kind of, contractually, this no fault clauses which say once that occurs, players are very commonly stood down. So Sam will avoid that for a period of time, but the question's going to have to be answered eventually.
So you reckon this is likely, and a likely outcome? I mean, it's unlikely she'll play, obviously, we know, with her ACL injury, so maybe she is stripped of the captaincy then?
Yeah, look, it's a good question. I think the game should definitely consider it. I can't say whether I'd do it right now, but I would certainly consider it. If I was the chair of Football Australia, this is a live issue right now. We're talking about racism, which is really serious. Players have repeatedly been stood down, and you have to answer that. You have to answer that question right now. Of course, if there is some sort of positive finding, at a later date, then that is going to occur anyway. But yes, the game has to wrestle with right now what is the appropriate way to deal with what is a really difficult situation.
Hey there, Today fans, Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.